first of many episodes of TT's Treats. So I have a question for you. How many of you have found yourself, just like me, sitting there, TV's on, it's getting late at night, and you're bored? What do you like to do when you're bored? Do you like to eat? Sometimes I find myself going to the kitchen and just ruffling and going through the cabinets, trying to find something to satisfy that craving you have. It's not always healthy. What I'm going to try to do is give you some healthy alternatives to satisfy that craving for the munchies you get late at night. Stay tuned. Alright guys, welcome back to my kitchen. It's my kitchen, not Kevin's. Anyway, I'm going to show you how to make roasted banana pudding. It's kind of like, I don't know about you, but my grandma made awesome banana pudding. But we're going to use healthier versions of some of that stuff that goes in there and leave out some of the unhealthy. And this one's going to give you about 60 fewer calories than the kind Grandma makes, but it's going to be just as tasty. So roasted banana pudding, here's the things you're going to need. Vanilla wafers, and we got the reduced fat. Everything we got was reduced fat to help cut down on those calories. You're going to need a couple eggs. We're going to use those in a little while. Cornstarch, vanilla extract. You're going to need some butter, and we use the organic butter. It's a little bit healthier for you. Whipped topping. And we choose the fat-free. Again, we cut those calories anywhere that we can. Sugar, again, we're cutting those calories, so we're getting that stevia. Free milk. And the star of the show, your bananas. So we're going to get this all started, and we're going to show you how to make this, and you're going to enjoy it. See you in a minute. Alright guys, so the first step that you're going to have to do to make this delicious pudding is you have to roast your bananas. That's kind of the little twist to this one. So make sure that you have your oven preheated to 350 degrees. You're going to take your bananas, you're going to leave them unpeeled, and you're just going to place them on a baking dish. You're going to put those in the oven for about 20 minutes, and then we'll go on to the next step. So stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm going to show you step 2. It's been about 20 minutes. I got kind of chilly. It's only about 50 degrees outside, so I put on my new Muscle Med sweatshirt. Kevin so kindly remembered to order me one as well as himself this time. So, next step is pretty simple. You just take the bananas out of the oven. What you do is you set 3 of them off. Okay, you got to let these 3 cool, and these other 2 we're going to put back in the oven while these are cooling for about another 15 minutes or so. Alright guys, thanks for coming back. We just took these other 2 bananas out of the oven, so our roasting time is done. The other 3 are actually in the refrigerator cooling down because we have to slice those. We have to, as Kevin said, PMS. Peel, mash, and then slice the other ones. We're going to peel that. This is hot, so be careful. Get those little, oh, it comes right out of there. We're going to peel this one. So there's our mashed, our peeled bananas, and then you just take a fork, just mash them up. Alright, so that's about what it's going to look like. And you're going to set this aside for, we're going to use it in just a few minutes. So right now we're going to get the other ones out of the refrigerator, and then we're going to start slicing those up. Be back with you in a minute. Alright, welcome back. So our bananas have cooled. You got to have them cool, that way you can slice them. So I went ahead and sliced up 2 of them. I'll just show you. Here's how I do it to make sure. I go ahead and cut off the top, and then kind of like run your knife up the side. And then really I just kind of roll out the banana. It's still a little mushy, but that's okay. It still cuts up alright. And then I'm just cutting them into slices and laying them aside. Just slice them up, and that's going to make up one of the layers in our banana pudding. We are ready to start on the custard filling for the pudding, so stay tuned. Okay, so we're going to start making up the custard that's going to make the major part of our pudding. So what you do is you take 2 cups of fat-free milk, of a cup of your sugar. It's going to continually whisk this and bring it to a simmer. Do not boil it. We'll be right back. Alright, so the next part of our custard, we're going to take another 1/3 cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, and then as my grandma would say, just a pinch of salt, and 2 eggs. I got it all over me. Whoops. Be careful with your whisking. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take the hot mixture that's over on the stove and you're going to put it in here, stirring it constantly until you get it all incorporated. So, all right, we're going to gradually add this, whisking it as we go. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take this mixture, now that we've got everything incorporated, you're going to put it back in your pan, heat it up for about 3 minutes until it gets real thick and bubbly. You have to make sure that you stir it the entire time. So follow me over. So we're going to put this back in our pan, and then we're just going to stand here and whisk away for about the next 3 minutes. Okay, so you guys can see it got pretty thick. So we took it off, and then what you're going to do is you're going to add a tablespoon of butter, 2 teaspoons of your vanilla extract, and your mashed bananas that you had from earlier. We're going to mix all that up. You just mix it up until your butter melts. It smells delicious. Can you guys smell? Now that this is all in here, butter's melted. What you're going to do is you're going to put it into a bowl filled with ice water for about 15 minutes to let it cool down to room temperature. So all I did was I put some ice into a big bowl and then I filled it with cold water, and I'm going to leave that set in there for about 10 to 15 minutes. We'll be right back. Alright, so this has cooled. It is now room temperature, and we're going to take our whipped topping and we're going to put in half. About half of it. I'm going to set the other half aside. We're going to fold this in, get it all incorporated up in there together. I'm hoping it tastes as good as it smells, because it smells pretty darn delicious. Alright, so then here's what you're going to do. You're going to take your custard, and you're going to put a good layer, about half of it, down the bottom. Take your vanilla wafers and line your bowl. Alright, and then you take your bananas. You're going to put a layer of your bananas on here. You can use your fingers if you want. I just thought it might go quicker with a spatula. You're going to put about a half of the remaining portion of custard. A good covering. Make sure the bananas are covered. And then you're going to repeat your steps. You're going to put down another row of the vanilla wafers. Put down the rest of your bananas. Okay. Top it with whatever is left of your custard. Alright, you're going to spread that evenly. And then you're going to take the remaining part of your whipped cream. You're going to plop it on top of there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of the vanilla wafers, put them in a baggie, and we're going to crush them up. And just sprinkle them over top of this. There we go. You can have big chunks in there. It's okay. It's just kind of to make it pretty. Put this in the refrigerator for between 30 and 45 minutes, maybe an hour. Let it get real good and chilled, and then we'll be back to sample it. See you guys soon. Alright guys, welcome back. As Kevin would say, this is the grand finale. You can see we have lots of layers. We have layers of custard and whipped cream and the vanilla wafers. Looks pretty darn tasty. Normally we wouldn't eat out of the big bowl, but it's just him and I. We're not sharing with anyone else, so I'm just going to eat it right out of the bowl. Make sure that you get a little bit of everything. So you can see I've got a big vanilla wafer, there's the custard, bananas are in there. That's a big bite, so let's see. That's pretty darn good. I'm not going to dance around like a fool like he does sometimes, but that's pretty darn good stuff. I got it all over my face. I will tell you what, I might not let him eat it because he'll eat the whole bowl. Anyway, that is, honestly, is delicious. Even if you don't like bananas too much, I know a lot of people have a banana texture thing going for them. That is really, really good. And this, made with the fat-free whipped cream, the fat-free milk, the stevia, and the reduced fat vanilla wafers, cuts your fat and calories from a normal banana pudding by 60%. So, as you can see, this is a much healthier alternative to another banana pudding that you might get out there. I'm still not sure if it's very good or not, so let me just try one more time. I would hate to have to give you something that wasn't good. Alright, that's all I got to say to you guys right now, because I need to go finish my dessert. See you later.